Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, April 27, 2012. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You will see them trading higher by about 4.5 points. That all comes on the back of the fall in the U.S. dollar index. If you take a look here, you'll see the futures right around 2:30 in the morning made a nice sharp move higher. Let's just take a quick glance at the dollar. You'll see the dollar right around the same time started to sell off. Dollar down, market up. It's just that cut and dry. So once again, that's the biggest relationship that I think anyone could watch for. The inverse relationship, I should say, is the futures and the dollar. Here's the S&P making new highs today, trading up about 4.5 points at the moment. Decent little pop before the opening bell. Now, something to watch for at 8:30 in the morning. We're going to have GDP results for the United States. You're going to watch that at 8:30 in the morning, so that's only about 3-4 minutes away. We'll have the first quarter reading for GDP. I think the expectations are for 2.5%. Who really cares? All we really care about is the reaction in the market. So if the market likes it and likes the number and trades higher, so be it. If the market doesn't like it, trades lower. We just watch the reaction. We don't really have to worry about what the actual number is. So we'll see that in about 3 more minutes, and we'll see what happens in the market. A couple of other things to go over real quick. It looks like Spain came out with their unemployment number, which was well above expectations. I believe it's at 24.4%. Also, Italy had a bond auction today. Yields went up a little bit, but they're still below the 6% level. But nonetheless, Italy, I believe, auctioned off 3.75 billion euros. I think that's what they did. I'd have to check exactly. But either way, they had a bond auction. Bond yields on the 10-year are still below 6%, and that is helping the markets. In Europe today, you do have all of the European markets trading higher. Obviously, Spain is trading up 2%, and you have Italy trading up 1.4%. And then you have the DAX, the CAC, and the FTSE, which is England, which prints their own currency, all trading higher on the session. So ahead of the opening bell here in the United States, all the European markets are catching a bid. Last night in Asia, markets were mostly lower, but basically flat, not that bad. The Indian Sensex was the one index that I did see that was trading higher, but that was just by about 4 points. Nothing dramatic there. A couple things to go over right now before we get the GDP results is that you have oil and gold both flat this morning, so really trading unchanged, and that will be affected with the dollar. If the dollar starts to sell off, you can expect more of a bounce in gold and more of a bounce in oil. But right now, both are trading flat ahead of the GDP number, which will be out in just a moment. Let's take a look at the USO. USO is trading right around 39.56, closed at 39.53. Take a look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for gold. GLD is trading at $60.94. Yesterday, you'll see GLD trade closed at 61.03. So basically, both are really smack flat right before the open. Not a lot to say there. Looks like the GDP data is out. Looks like the GDP data is out. Let's see what the number is. GDP up 2.2%. So I guess that's a little bit below expectations. They were expecting 2.5%. Not a big market mover in my opinion. Got a little sell-off here coming in, but the market has been up really since 3 o'clock in the morning. So to see a little sell-off and the markets go flat, that's kind of the anticipation anyway. It is a Friday. Rarely on Fridays do we see sharp sell-offs. Normally we'll have a flat type day, maybe up a little bit, maybe down a little bit, but nothing really all that dramatic. Yesterday, Spain was downgraded by S&P, and it looks like not really having all that much effect over there, at least at the moment. But U.S. GDP up 2.2%. Markets are coming in a little bit, but nothing drastic. We'll see how this plays out in the next few minutes. All right, let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. Starbucks came out with earnings. This stock has been a monster of a mover. Today, Starbucks is trading down to 57.55, closed at 59.50. It looks like a fairly decent strength in the gap on the downside, so the stock could go a little bit lower, but again, until it can break below the 54.62 level, then I wouldn't make much of it. Stock has a ton of support at $52.50 if it did get down there. But I don't think there's much to do with Starbucks at the moment. Pretty decent little drop. Let's take a look at Amazon. This one's been a monster. Uh, Huge move in Amazon. Huge move in Amazon. Stock closed at 195.99. Stock is trading now at 228.06. So that's just a monster move, 30-point move in Amazon. I just leave it alone. I think it's getting a big bid, and maybe goes to double top or somewhere around there from where it used to be, going back a little while. I guess right in the month of October, November 2011, stock was trading as high as $245. I don't think it gets up there today. I think it's probably hitting its ceiling here, but I don't have a real good level to sell it. So again, we'll just let Amazon play out after earnings and see where it goes. Let's take a look at Ford. Ford's caught a nice little bounce earlier. Now it's coming back down. I don't see a lot here for Ford one way or the other. If it rallied up on a good day, it would go to 1250. That would probably be a fading level. Resistance at 1250 and also more at $13. But nonetheless, it's right back at 12 bucks now. It's a little gap up. I don't want to make too much out of it. Resistance at 1250 and 13 if it gets there. Let's take a look at Merck. The pharmaceutical giant. Merck is trading up at 38.87 at the moment. I just don't see a lot of upside here for Merck. 39 bucks is a ton of resistance. If it goes a little bit higher, it has more resistance around 39.42. That's pretty much it for Merck. I don't know if it has much more strength in it than that. I don't know if it's a great shorting candidate on a Friday afternoon where volume is going to get very light, but I really have a hard time seeing it get above those levels. Let's take a look at Procter & Gamble, company that makes everything, soap to shampoo, you name it, they make it. Procter & Gamble's getting hit a little bit this morning, trading at 64.90. This is not a bad gap down on Procter & Gamble, so I would probably watch for support around the 64.60 to 64.45 level. I think there's pretty good short-term support there. If it does fall, watch $64. But 64.60, 64.45, hard to pick it to the penny here. There should be pretty decent support there, and then all the way down to 64. More support. If the stock broke there, it would go to 62.57, which would be a ton of support. But either way, I still think that 64.60 area, 64.40 area looks solid at least at the moment. Things could change later, but right now that should be a bouncing level. Let's take a look at Goodyear Tire. Ticker symbol is GT. Goodyear Tire right now trading at 12.25. Has a lot of resistance up here. I'm going to say 1238, 1304, and then 1369. All big resistance levels. If it does get there, right now it's still got to get above the 1238, 1240 level. I'm not sure it's going to do that. There's pretty good resistance up there. But if it does, watch those other levels. Right now, the 1304 level looks like a good potential fade play right there. So watch Goodyear. It gets to 1304. I think it could be sold intraday for a nice little fade play, intraday sell-off. So we'll see how it plays out if it does get up there. But probably 1304 is the best level. Could be 1238, but I'm not sold on it. Too close to it already. But I like that 1304 level. All right, let's take a look at Expedia. Ticker symbol EXPE. This stock is trading up sharply. This is a new, I believe, all-time high. So just be careful there. It is a new all-time high. We don't have a real good prior resistance point to sell against. One thing I will say about Expedia, it is oversold, overbought here. So it probably will start to fade. It's already fading at 40. That's probably a decent level, $40. I don't know if it's going to go higher on a Friday here because we don't have a good level. I would normally say it's a fade candidate if I had a level to a prior level to go against, but this is an all-time high, so it's very tough picking out the level. You could give it a shot if you want, but I would love to give you a specific level. Just can't do it this morning because we don't have any past references. But either way, little overdone here. If you own it, congratulations, take profits, trail your stop loss. If you don't own it, it's a tough short because we just don't have a great area to sell it. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great weekend, great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts again on Monday. Take care, everybody.